Hey there, it's me again. Just trying to adjust my chair because I've got pins and needles in my feet. My feet are all hot and like got pins and needles. I think I'm something to do with probably blood pressure or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, you're not here for a medical update. You're here for a reaction. Well, I'm doing a reaction to one of these Geography Now videos now. I'm working my way through them. I did Indonesia a little while ago because someone actually requested Indonesia, which is interesting. But now I'm going back to my going through the South America to start off with because I started off with Argentina because that's the country I've been doing lots of music reactions for. So I'm going to do Chile today. I kind of thought I'd done Chile already, but apparently not. I've done Bolivia, I've done Brazil, and I've done Argentina, so less than I thought I'd done. So what do I know about Chile? I know it's the big, long, slivery bit that goes all the way down the side. I know from a geography, history, I think it was a geography video I saw before, where it runs alongside of Argentina, and for some reason you've got a cold section south and they've got a cold section north, and then there's a warm section in the south of Chile, but it's a hot section, something like that. Some kind of weird temperature juxtaposition, something to do with the mountain range, because the Andes run all the way down there, and it's something to do with convection or something. Someone told me there was some reason why the hot and cold areas are kind of like crisscross from each other. I could be remembering that wrong. I don't really remember. I know you've got the mountains there. I had no idea what the tallest mountain is. I did do Bolivia. We talked about a tall mountain, but I can't remember what that one was called. I do these geographies and I forget all about them. I know Bolivia's got two capitals, Sucre and La Paz, so I still remember that. So I've picked up some small snippets of information. That might be the only thing that I remember out of all the videos that I've done, actually. Yeah, not great. But let's just quickly look at this Chile. I suppose I could also make the joke about Chile being cold and also Chile being hot, aha, you know. Anyway, let's go to the Geography. Don't forget to sub up Geography Now channel. The link is down below. This is Geography Now Chile. Let's check it out.
Feeling kind of Chile. Make sure that. Oh shoot! What was that?
Whoa! What the heck?
Dude, are you serious?
Everything's okay.
Dude, I can't believe.
Yeah,
Whoa!
A real
that was on the Richter scale. If somebody here was from Chile, they could probably tell us.
It's time to learn geography now!
Hey everybody, I'm your host Barbie. Welcome to Chile, the country where people really know how to shake things up. But first, let's dissect the flag.
That was one of the little skits there. They like to do little jokey things on this channel. Kind of, it's all right. Kind of like half like annoyed by them and half think they're okay. But it's, I don't know. It's all right to put a bit of humour in amongst the facts, I suppose. But I was like, was that a real earthquake? No, probably not. And I think there was. Apparently, we get a lot of earthquakes in Chile, I'm guessing. Anyway, let's check out the flag.
The flag of Chile, otherwise known as the Estrella Solitaria, or the Lone Star, is made up of two unequal bands of white and red with a blue square in the upper left hoist side with a single 5-point star in the middle of it. The star commonly represents the guidance towards progress and honor, the blue box represents the sky and ocean, the white band represents the snow-covered Andes and the mountains, and the red stands for the blood of those who fought for the country. And that's about it. Just make sure you don't confuse this flag with the flag of Texas and you're good to go. Moving on.
What was that bit that he said there? I'm guessing that's a running gag of some sort. What does the red stand for? He kind of like mumbled something. I'm guessing it's like either, I don't know, is it something that the red stands for same thing in lots of places, or I don't know. What does red stand for? Blood? The blood of war, maybe? I'm not sure. And he kind of like, rather than actually saying what it stood for, I don't know if he was saying it doesn't stand for anything. I don't know. It was a bit of a confusing one. Maybe you need to watch the other videos in the series to get an idea of what that running gag was and what it actually stood for. But yeah, I don't know.
Okay, this is where things get really fun because there are virtually no countries that have the same types of parameters as Chile. Chile is located on the southwestern coast of the South American continent, bordered by Argentina, Peru, and Bolivia. At around 4,300 kilometers or 2,700 miles, Chile is the world's longest country by territory length north to south. And this is also one of the narrowest land countries, the average width being about 177 kilometers or 110 miles. The broadest point by Antofagasta being only 356 kilometers, and the narrowest by Yapel well at a measly 90 kilometers in width. The country is divided into 15 regions. Each region is assigned a name with a Roman numeral north to south. The only exception is the Santiago Metropolitan Region as the capital, which has its own designation under RM, or Región Metropolitana. The numeral system used to be easy. It was just up and down 1 through 13 until in 2006 2 more regions were added. Los Rios in the south at number 14 and Arica and Parinacota at number 15. So you have number 15 at the top and number 14 in between 9 and 10. Why Chile didn't just number all the regions in order again? I have no idea. Shut up! That's why! The capital is Santiago, located roughly in the upper central area in the country. It's a bustling city with a history that goes back into the 16th century, blending a mix of neoclassical architecture alongside glass skyscrapers and high-rises like the Gran Torre Santiago.
Yeah, I was trying to pause the mouse for about 5 seconds there. my mouse is really screwed on this computer. The D key doesn't work, and the mouse is starting to play me up. Yeah, I was trying to. What I was going to say is I kind of knew that Santiago was the capital. I should have remembered to say that beforehand. What other facts I know about Chile? Nothing. Yeah, they've got the Andes. I'm sure they've got the indigenous people. A lot of indigenous people in the country are, I think, making up the population, like Indians. Is that the correct phrase? Yeah, that's it. Back to not knowing anything else. But yeah, it's a really funny shaped country, isn't it? I suppose it's geographical. It's like you can have everything that side of the Andes, and on this side we'll have everything this side of the Andes kind of thing. It's kind of like a very strange. It was kind of. I'm sure there's a history behind how it got to be like that. But it's got to be something to do with the geography of it, hasn't it? It's got to be the mountain range. You know, you can have that side, whatever in this side. It's got to be as simple as that, I suppose. Let's see if I can get this mouse to start again.
Santiago Tower at 64 stories, and it is also the tallest building in all of South America. Chile will also tell you that their country is a tri-continental country because they have islands and territories that span across 3 continents. South America, Oceania, and Antarctica, even though the Antarctic Treaty kind of bans anyone from claiming ownership over Antarctica. But hey, Chile does have one of only 2 civilian settlements on Antarctica, Villa Las Estrellas, located on King George Island right off the Antarctic Peninsula. This place hosts about 150 people, mostly military and scientist personnel with their families. The population fluctuates during the winter season when they have fewer residents. Nonetheless, this town has a school for kids, a library, a small hospital, and a post office which offers a rare Antarctic postage stamp. The other territories they have include the Juan Fernandez Archipelago Islands, which includes Robinson Crusoe Island. Yes, people, the island that book was named after, which that guy who wrote it was marooned on. Look, guys, I'm just gonna confess, I don't really read a lot of classic literature. I just make it look like I do on this show so that it gives off the illusion that I'm a refined, classy person. Damn it!
He didn't even show the book. He showed the comic version of the book, didn't he? As a classic comics illustrated. So yeah, I'm surprised he doesn't read any books because, like, how's he getting the knowledge to do all his geographies? You look it all up on Wikipedia or something, or does someone do the script for him and he's just the one presenting it? I don't know. But yeah, read books, guys. Books are good. Books give you knowledge, and I suppose watching videos give you knowledge. Not like now I necessarily will remember it, but still.
It's geography! The Desventuradas, or the Unfortunate Islands, are also owned by Chile, although they don't really have much going on.
The Unfortunate Islands. Well, I've got to quickly plug my computer in, so bear with me a second. Sorry about that, but if I don't do that, then it'll probably turn off while I'm trying to record.
For them, except there's a small airstrip and naval base on San Felix Island. Then we have Islas Salas, y Gomez, and Easter Island, located in the far-off remote Pacific, classified as the southeasternmost point of Polynesia. So technically, it does belong to Oceania, even though these islands are actually closer to mainland Chile than they are to the rest of Polynesia. Salas y Gomez is uninhabited, boring, and doesn't really have anything. Easter Island is the moneymaker. Easter Island is like the Hawaii of Chile, world famous for being one of the strangest places on Earth, with petroglyphs and ancient unexplained moai statues created by the ancient Rapa Nui peoples that adorn the entire island. The country overall has about 2,000 islands, most of which are located in the South Patagonia region, where things get pretty crazy. The islands in the south create an immense clustered labyrinth of cold green rocky fjords and channels, very similar to the ones in the west coast of Canada and Alaska that are hard to access. In fact, if you want to drive south to the rest of Chile, the furthest you can go is on the 7 highway until it cuts off at Villa O'Higgins. That's right, people, O'Higgins. There are Irish people that live here, where the Patagonia ice fields begin and here you either have to go by boat or fly to any of the other south towns in Chile, like Punta Arenas or Puerto Williams. Remember from the Argentina video? The further south you go in Chile, the crazier things seem to get. Let's explain why in... One thing you have to understand is that Chile is located right on one of the most intense active fault lines in the entire world, the Ring of Fire. This means Chile as a whole is disputably the earthquake capital of the world. In fact, the largest earthquake on record happened in Valdivia in 1960 and registered a 9.5 on the Richter scale. The funny thing is, these people here really don't even care. They're so used to it and have adapted in almost every possible way to deal with it for centuries. Very few people are casualties of earthquakes, and most people can typically even tell how strong an earthquake was on the Richter scale just by feeling it. If it's over a 7.0, they usually just stand up out of their chairs and wait it out. Now add on top of that the country has about 500 active volcanoes. Of course, as we already discussed in the Argentina video, the northern part of Chile lies on the Atacama Desert, the driest area on Earth. The areas in the north, although dry, however, contain some of the richest deposits of copper. In fact, 6 of the top 10 largest copper mines in the world are found in Chile alone, making Chile the top copper producer. By the way, the upcoming movie The 33, starring Antonio Banderas, is based on the true story of the survival and rescue of the Chilean miners that were trapped under 2,000 feet of rock in a copper mine back in 2010. I mean, I'll watch it, but you have to admit it's kind of weird because the whole movie is mostly spoken in English with Spanish accents. So when it shows in Chile, they'll have to use subtitles for a movie about their own people from their own country. Hollywood! The cool thing though is
that should be interesting. This bloody mouse button won't turn off. I forgot about that. Yeah, the Chilean miners. Is that really 11 years ago now they were stuck down there? I remember everyone being glued to the TV sets kind of thing and trying to catch up and sort of, you know, not praying because I'm not a praying man. But yeah, like hoping that someone that they'd get rescued, you know, and it was good that it had a happy ending. I'm sure I've seen a movie about that. Oh, maybe this is an old video. So maybe that video that film he's talking about has already come out and I might have already seen it. So I'm pretty sure I do remember seeing a film about the miners being stuck down the mine. Yeah, possibly it was that film. Where was I going? No, earthquakes and volcanoes. Yeah, I remember when I did Indonesia recently, they've got loads of volcanoes as well. I don't think earthquakes. So that whole ring of fire, whatever it was, that Chile are right on the edge of, they're just like, oh, earthquake, oh, never mind, just another earthquake standing up. Did the buildings not come down? I mean, the buildings are all really secure so they don't fall down in an earthquake? Because you'd think that's the main thing, and the earthquake knocks down buildings and kills people when they have the tallest building there in South America. So I'm guessing they've got like architecture which is like particularly earthquake resistant. I don't think architecture can withstand volcanoes, but they're earthquake resistant. Interesting. And, oh yeah, Easter Island is owned by Chile. They've got places in Antarctica. It's like, oh, okay, there's lots of interesting little things that you know you never really thought about. Well, obviously, I've heard of Easter Island. I've seen the statues that look really very interesting, but I never sort of contemplated, oh, who does that country belong to? Who does that island belong to? I just assumed they're their own thing, but actually I didn't really think about it. But yeah, of course, they must be owned by so yeah, interesting stuff. And yeah, the fact that you can't get from one side to the other side, you have to fly because the roads don't go because of the geography of the place. Interesting. Anyway, let's get back to it.
Actually rain a few times in the Atacama every decade, and when it does, you get this incredibly rare, beautiful glimpse of the entire desert transformed into a flowering meadow. This phenomena only happens here and in other places like the Gobi Desert in Saudi Arabia. The further south you go, the greener it gets. Most of the agricultural lands are found in the central regions with the most formidable climates for grain and produce production. The east is completely bordered by the Andes Mountains, with Argentina on the other side, all the way to the bottom of the continent where you can find the Patagonia glaciers and ice fields, making it the coldest place in all of Chile. Or should I say the chilliest part in Chile.
Slap.
This geographical isolation has not only given Chile the hedge of solitude, but also has allowed the population to develop a very distinct and unique culture and attitude that sets them apart from all the rest of the Latin American countries. And here's how. Okay, I'm just gonna be straight up. Chile is kind of like the California of the South American continent. First of all, the country has just over 18 million people, about 40% of whom live in the capital, Santiago alone. Ethnicity-wise, estimates speculate that a little over 50% of the country is white, about 40% are mixed mestizo, and the rest are Amerindian. Of course, Spanish is the official language, however, the dialect is quite different from the rest of Latin American countries. Chileans tend to speak faster, and sometimes they cut off their S's and D's from words, and also they have a whole list of specific specific Chilean vernacular that you can't find anywhere else. For example, instead of saying cosa, you might hear wea. Instead of hearing fiesta, you might hear the word carrete. And depending on the context, the word weón could either mean buddy or something along the lines of stupid little punk. ¿Cómo estás, weón? Versus ¿eres weón o qué? See, the thing is, unlike Argentina, Uruguay, and Brazil, Chile never really got an influx of various European nationalities migrating to their country. Back in the Industrial Revolution times, the only way to get to Chile would be to either cross the Drake Passage, which would take a lot longer than stopping on the east coast of the continent, or you would have to cross the Andes Mountains, which was even more difficult. This means that Chile has a higher concentration of whites that identify with Spain as their source of heritage. Speaking of which, the South Central and South areas have a long history of indigenous Mapuche heritage. The Mapuches make up a majority of Chile's indigenous population, and for the longest time, were actually able to fight off the Spanish invaders. Most of Chile's mestizos are descended from the Mapuches, and today they make up a strong population over 1.5 million. Then you have Easter Island, which has a majority of Polynesians that speak their own language, the Rapa Nui, and in the North Deserts you can still find decent populations of Aymara and Quichuas, mostly from Peru and Bolivia, whom by the way believe the land belongs to them. Bolivia still wants that ocean. As one of South America's most stable and prosperous nations, Chile has the highest degree of economic freedom and GDP per capita in the Latin world. Chile's IT and programming sectors have boomed in recent years with high-tech corporations and startups popping up all over, especially in Santiago, making Chile sort of like the Silicon Valley of South America. Plus, surfing is huge out here. See, it really is like the California of South America. Culture-wise, Chileans will tell you that they are kind of like the outcasts of the Latino countries, and for a number of reasons. The country is known for its illustrative poetry that eventually got them 2 Nobel Prize winners. Cuisine varies from region to region, but one thing Chileans are not short of is seafood. With a coastline that long, you're probably gonna find some gills on your plate. With a unique platter of Pacific fish, Chile likes to claim that they have the best ceviche in the world. Strong words to say to your neighbors, Chile. Now let's see what those neighbors think about you. Now here's the thing, historically Chile has had a lot of drama both domestically and abroad. Chile has had more coups d'etats than any other country in the world at around 40. Everything didn't settle down until about the 1970s. On top of that, they've also had wars and scuffles with every single one of their immediate neighbors. Even though Peru and Bolivia do business with Chile out of courtesy, the reminders of the Pacific War still linger on, and overall they both kind of roll their eyes at Chile. Argentina is the biggest rival of Chile, and even though they have some of the closest economic ties, Chile helped the British in the Falkland War, so Argentina kind of sees them as a little bit of a traitor. And again, don't even get started on the soccer matches. Because of this, Chile has kind of had to branch out and reassess their diplomatic intents abroad. Outside of Latin America, Chile rubs shoulders with the US, Australia, New Zealand, and oddly enough, the UK as well. Back in the Australian gold rush, Chile was a major supplier of wheat and food.
Why is that odd? If they assisted us in the conflict, then it makes sense that we were friends with them because they assisted us. But yeah, I don't want to talk too much about that. They do seem to be not too, there's history with their neighbors has kind of made it a little, they say they're the outcasts of the Latin American world. Yeah, people have got long memories.
Food trade began and fully developed within years. The US's relations have grown exponentially since the 80s, and as of 2014, Chile became the only Latin American country to have a visa waiver program entering into the US. Chile and the UK have a strange historical relationship. The British originally wanted to take over Chile and even teamed up with the Mapuches for a while in an attempt to keep the Spanish out. In a sense, the UK has always kept an eye on Chile, even though they never got to colonize it, and to this day, the ripples of that show through their diplomatic engagements. In terms of their best friends, however, Chile might probably say Colombia and Mexico. The countries all share the Pacific Alliance trade bloc. Colombians love moving into Chile and add a delightful warm Caribbean vibe to the otherwise colder atmosphere of the country. In conclusion, Chile may be the skinny, isolated country with lots of stuff going on, but when things get overwhelming, they just shake it off. Stay tuned. Oh boy. China is coming up next.
Okay. Be a long time before I get to China, I'm sure. Right, let's see if this. Oh, what's happened here? My mouse has made everything really big. I can't see the screen now, so I can't get rid of. I can't close the screen. Oh, here we go. I've managed it, I think. I know what's happened to my screen, but my mouse is really playing me around. Yeah, that was an interesting video. This video is really big, and all the echoes have got really small. So I'm trying to work out how to sort that out. Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, good stuff. Like, I'm not surprised. Like, they're talking about the UK. You know, obviously historically they've always been about trying to bloody well. It's like any country that could try to take over other countries and get as much territory as they could for themselves. It's just unfortunately natural. What's happened in the world historically, basically. Just for a long time we had the ability to do that because we had the resources and the naval strength and that kind of thing, and yeah, so we did what we could. Right, sorry about this, my mouse is really, oh no, I don't want to play you again. Stop. Yeah, my mouse is just rubbish. It won't do what it's told. I can't even stop the video. my mouse is refusing to move now. So yeah, this is awkward. All right, now it stops. Thank you. Well, that's right. Now the mouse is starting to work again. No. Anyway, right. I'm going to leave it at that because my mouse is refusing to work. I need a new laptop. I can't afford one at the moment. Feel free to donate money to my coffee on my Patreon if you want to help out with that. But yeah, that was good, interesting stuff. Got a few more knowledge about Chile. I had no idea about Easter Island. I know there's loads of earthquakes there now. Obviously, I know about the Andes. Santiago, must remember Santiago. They're doing quite well for themselves as well by the sounds of it. They're like a... You know, so like the California of South America, where they've got Silicon Valley kind of tech stuff going on there. They've got good economy, but yeah, good stuff. Interesting to know. I think we've got a lady down the road who's from Chile. She, yeah, because talked about all the Pinochet, wasn't it? Pinochet was Chile, wasn't he? Because we know a little old lady down the road, and she was caught up in Pinochet's, yeah. Tyranny is all I can say about it. I think she was, yeah. But anyway, we won't go into that because it's not my story to share. But yeah, obviously, it's like every country. It's had a checkered past. You know, wars, yeah, military coups, I think they said. But yeah, interesting stuff. Hopefully the country will be stable from now on. But I'm going to end this while I can because my mouse is just. Oh, look what's happened now. Well, how has that done that? I've got a really weird background going on. Can you guys see that as well? I'm not sure if you can see that. Yeah, I was dragging something across the screen somehow. Well, I'm going to end the broadcast. I'll be back another time with another reaction. If you're from Chile, give me a hi in the comments down below. What's your favorite thing about your country? Seafood, maybe? You like your seafood? Yeah, you like your earthquakes? Surely you don't like your earthquakes. That's got to be scary as crap. Anyway, I'm out of here. Cheers for watching. Leave a comment if you like. Subscribe if you like. And yeah, cheerio. We're back to react to something else another time.